Before I get started, let me just say I enjoy both Marvel and DC. But just because I like both of them doesn't mean I'm going to ignore their flaws. With that said, I'm going to share my recommendations regarding the DC cinematic universe. And spoilers are mentioned, so if you haven't seen Man of Steel or Batman v Superman and you don't want to be spoiled, you should leave now. I'm going to work with the current schedule. For example, Batman v Superman has already come out, with the Suicide Squad scheduled for August. So I'm going to work with everything that's coming after. Wonder Woman is coming out in 2017, followed by Justice League Part 1. Now, Wonder Woman can stay in the lineup, but why is there a Justice League Part 1? Do you, DC, intend to have all your Justice League movies be multiple parts? Or are you doing this because it coincides with Marvel's Avengers Infinity War, which also happens to be parts 1 and 2? Remove Justice League Part 1 from the lineup. Replace it with your Batman solo movie. Set it a decade back during a time when Jason Todd's Robin is Batman's sidekick. We know a Robin died, most likely it was Jason Todd, so this is a golden opportunity to build a relationship. Have Nightwing and Batgirl pre-Oracle be supporting characters. Let us see these relationships. Once Jason Todd dies at the end, the audience will feel it. And comic fans are excited because they know Red Hood is coming. Keep the Flash and Aquaman solo movies. Now Shazam, on the other hand, why is Shazam after Aquaman? Shazam wasn't teased in the videos we saw in the email in Batman v Superman. Remove Shazam from the lineup. Replace it with Cyborg. Now bring on your Justice League movie. If you want to make it parts 1 and 2, okay, but I wouldn't recommend it. Here's the thing, Avengers Infinity War has to be 2 parts because this is the grand finale. Years of introducing all these characters, the Infinity Stones, it's all coming to a head. They have 60 plus characters in one big story, so Infinity War needs to be 2 parts. If you go with Justice League parts 1 and 2 now, you have to ask yourself, for what reason? For 5 characters? For Batman and Wonder Woman to spend most of part 1 trying to convince metahumans to join forces with them? If you don't need to break a movie into 2 parts, then don't do it. Also, since you're introducing Darkseid, introduce Intergang and Caliban or his other minions in part 1. In Superman the Animated Series, the show benefited from introducing Darkseid's lackeys before his reveal. What made Darkseid interesting wasn't just that he was this powerhouse who could go toe-to-toe with Superman. It was his demeanor. He was cold, calculative, unforgiving. It was the fact that the people he enslaved worshipped him. He had human operatives in place on Earth. He's not just a brute who wants to conquer Earth. So, phase 2, start off with your Shazam. Give us your Green Lantern Corps, a Wonder Woman sequel, a Man of Steel 2, which Lex Luthor, the real Lex Luthor, the suave, calculating, mature, late 30s, early 40s businessman is introduced, but not the primary villain. Have him run for president. Batman solo movie 2, go with something like the Court of Owls. The character works so well with the whole secret criminal organization. Then introduce a Blue Beetle solo movie before the next Justice League movie. Your Justice League 2 could deal with the Reach invasion. For those who don't know, the Reach are an insect-like race who created the Blue Beetle weapon. They have a thing for conquering planets and made a truce with the Guardians of the Universe. The Young Justice cartoon crafted a whole season around it. It's great, you should definitely check it out. Have the Reach invade a world that's not Earth and force the Justice League to go into space. We can explore a different world with the Justice League, something Marvel has yet to do with the Avengers. Maybe the real Lex Luthor will have a minor role where he uses his opportunity to secure his presidency. Or this is where we see him as president for the first time. Here's the thing regarding John Jones, the Martian Manhunter. If you introduce him in the next Justice League movie, it will draw inevitable comparisons to Avengers Age of Ultron and the introduction of Vision. John Jones is your version of that character. Both are otherworldly, have super strength, flight, can shift their density. So be mindful of that. He's a character you want to introduce in someone else's solo movie. Your phase 3, have your Wonder Woman sequel to complete the first ever female superhero trilogy. Have a Plastic Man, Hawk Girl, or Lobo solo movies. You can even have a Blue Beetle and Booster Gold movie. Batman solo movie 3 can see the return of Jason Todd as Red Hood. By this time, Batman no longer kills. In fact, he's against any form of killing, i.e., branding criminals, people dying by collateral damage. Now you can have a clash of ideologies that was missing in Batman v Superman. Man of Steel 3 would have originally been about the death of Superman. Now I'm using it to introduce Brainiac and for Lex to lose his presidency by the end. The Justice League movie can take elements of the Cadmus arc from the Justice League Unlimited cartoon, with the government wary of the Justice League and trying to take them down. A disgraced ex-president Lex Luthor combined with Brainiac, just like in the show, to become a powerhouse and finally achieve his goal of becoming a god. Instead of another invasion movie, now you have superheroes fighting the government, which can present interesting ideas and themes. By the end, will there be a deal for all superheroes except Superman to step down? The possibilities are endless. Don't worry about analytics. Don't let committees and the success of rated R movies determine what kind of story you make. Trust your characters. It's true, you can always make an action scene. Despite my less than stellar opinion of Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, even I can't deny there's some good action most of the time. But when an action scene is combined with a good story, everything is amplified. Focus on the identity of your characters, what they represent, what kind of natural, organic story that character would logistically fit in. Forget about shock value and trying to keep up with other movie studios. Once you do that, you'll be on the path to a high-quality cinematic universe. Well, if you like this video, feel free to click the like button. I don't normally ask for subscribers, but feel free to subscribe if you want more videos like this. Thanks again. Take it easy.